Detroit Lions. Oh, baby, that is big time stuff. Touchdown, 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 Detroit Lions. Oh, baby, 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 baby.
Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Good to see you guys in here. How we doing on this Tuesday? Too bad it's not a Victory Tuesday, of course. It is what it is. It is what it is. But, yeah, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right? I think that we got some help last night. Definitely got some help last night from the Giants, so that is a good thing. But, yeah, not sure what's going on with my stream here. Might have to come back. Once again, this is a problem that I'm having, so bear with me. We are live. We are live. We are live. Holy crap, this happened last week too, and this is not a good thing. But let me know. Give me the thumbs up if it's working okay for you guys. If not, I'm going to try something here in a second. But, yeah. Say what's up in the comments. I see you, John Peterson. Just got to beat Denver, and all will be well. I agree. Orion says, you're good. Rick, good to see you back in here. Showed up early to make up for last week. All right. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, let's just get this thing rolling. If it goes out, it is what it is. I think that we're doing fine, though, for now. So let's just do it. All right, so we lost. We are 9-4. That is not good. Just can't believe that we lost to the Bears the way that we did. You know, I knew it was going to be tough, but I did not expect to lose 28-13, which, holy crap. You know, and honestly, at halftime, I thought that we were going to be rolling. I thought we had the game in the bag. You know, we started to bring the pressure. We were getting the Fields. We found a way to get him down. And yeah, it's a tale of two halves pretty much, because the third quarter happened and we all know what happens in the third quarter. We crapped the bread. It was just terrible. It was just terrible if you ask me. But you know, we got to move on because we're still in a good position because the New York Giants helped us out last night by beating the Packers. So love to see that. Always could use a little bit of help. But, you know, this happens in the NFL. Playing a division opponent on the road. They almost got us last time. They're looking better. You know, I think they're playing a lot better than a lot of other teams right now. So, you know, don't take this one so hard. I know a lot of fans are panicking. Ryan says he's bringing the negative energy. Don't do that, man. But yeah, you know, it's still, we still have 4 games to go. We win 2 of them, and we're NFC North champions. Now, we got a tough one coming up against the Broncos. But before we get into that, I want to get a little bit into what is going on. Oh, my God. All right, y'all. Let me just bear with me. I guess the stream is not working. Let me restart this, and we will get this thing going. But here we go. My bad. My bad. This is embarrassing. I don't know what the heck is happening. But yeah. Not good. Not good. It's like the Lions right here. It's like the Lions. So let me see if I can figure this out real quick. And we will get back to what we need to do. Am I back? Am I good? I am not good. I am not good. All right. I don't know what's happening. Usually my stream is strong. Usually it's strong. You can hear me. As long as you can hear me, I guess. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I guess I'm going to be calling my internet provider after this because this is crap and I apologize. This should not be happening. No bueno. And I apologize big time. So I was trying to correct this and it doesn't look like I'm able to at the moment. Let me see. Yeah. All right, you can see me. We're good. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go with it. What's up, Kolya? All right. Having technical difficulties once again. This is insane, and I apologize. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to be making a phone call after this. Hatter's House didn't see any issues. I don't know what's going on then. I have no idea what's going on. But either way, I apologize to the people who are getting kicked off the stream and can't see anything or it's messing up. So I guess I'm just going to keep rolling. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. And I'm sorry. It'll be posted no matter what, and it will not be bad then. But okay, yeah, at halftime, I thought we were going to be good to go. Third quarter, once again, killed us. I have no idea what the heck is wrong with this team in the third quarter. I thought we'd have it fixed by now. It seems like it's cursed, but we have to come out stronger. And it seems like we took our foot off the pedal. We were going strong. We were bringing the heat. And, yeah, sometimes Fields was getting away and getting some big-time runs. But towards the end of the half, we were getting to him, and we were hurting him. And then, you know, the offense was starting to roll, and we really were moving the ball, you know, being aggressive. We came out of the half, and everything was just, you know, we looked dead again. We weren't bringing the pressure like we were. We weren't blitzing as much, and the offense was stale. And this seems to be a pattern with us, and it happens week after week after week, and it just kills us. And this time, it hurt bad enough that we lost, you know. And we got to stop this. We got to stop it now. And I want to see this week come out. Of course, I want to see us win, but third quarter, we got to be much better moving forward if we want a chance at winning a playoff game. And we are very close to making the playoffs. There's about a 99% chance now that the Packers lost to the Giants. But to win the North, we still have to win 2 games. Anyways, getting off subject here. I'm thrown off by the whole internet deal. I don't know what's happening or why it's doing that, but we're just going to roll. But anyways, all around bad game this last game, you know. Defense played bad. Offense was worse, particularly Goff. I didn't like Ben Johnson's calling too much. I know that Dan Campbell said that he was fine with it because he said the Lions just didn't execute on offense. They didn't execute the offensive plan. So, you know, I guess, you know, it is what it is. It didn't work out, but I didn't like his plan too much, and I haven't been liking it really since the Chargers game. But then Dan Campbell, once again, with some questionable coaching decisions. And, you know, the defense was bad, but the offense really put the defense in bad positions once again. But the defense does not get off the hook. Aaron Glenn, I don't know how much longer you deserve to be around. I know that Dan Campbell is your buddy, but giving up 28 points, you know, all these points week after week after week, usually a coach would be gone by now, but I don't know. It seems like the defense, something needs to spark a fire. I don't know if it's getting rid of a coach. That's what they did last year. They got rid of the D-back coach, and it seemed like the defense got a whole lot better after that. But I think that they like Aaron Glenn. The players do. I don't know for a fact, though, but John Cominsky did say they feel like they lost their swag and that they're not, you know, they're not the same as they were before. They don't have that edge, which is not a good thing. So that speaks a little bit on the coach too, right? So if the players are saying they feel like they lost their swag, they're not, able to stop anybody. They're giving up 28 plus points per week, 30 plus points. It's time. Now, it is towards the end of the season. We only have 4 games left. I don't see it happening now, unfortunately. But it's just been killing us. But defense will get better. Defense will get better still, even though it's worrisome right now. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's pushing to come back a little bit sooner, I think, than he was expected. He did say the 20th. I doubt he'll be out there this week. Highly doubt it. But the 20th would be great. So get healthy, CJ, GJ, and help that defense. James Houston looking like he could be back for the last couple games. And that will help if we get into the playoffs, which we should, but we got to win a few games first. So not going to say that we're in there yet. All right, I'm going to head over to the comments real quick. I see you guys going off. And let me know if the stream is still going good for you or if it's just haywire. Either way, hopefully it's going good, y'all. But yeah, the comments say, here we go. Win bad game. Win Southwell. We are so bad in the third. Yes, we are. Win also says, I won't play ATL in the playoffs. Oh, you want to play ATL in the playoffs. So you think that we should get the fifth? You want to try and get the 5th seed? I mean that would be a more guaranteed win, or if maybe they get that 6th seed or the 7th. I don't think we're gonna get the 4th seed. We would get the 3rd seed if we win the division. We're getting that 3rd seed, probably no matter what. But yeah. Rick Grit, I think there's too many players thinking like the delusional fans that thought we were destined to win by 40 points. Yeah, the players, I don't know what they were thinking going into that Bears game. I think I heard J-Mo saying he was going to get 3 touchdowns, and we're going to touch on J-Mo here in a second. Because I'm not happy about how they're using J-Mo right now. But, yeah, the players were getting a little too confident with that record. Jared Goff has not been playing well, but he said in the presser, maybe a little adversity this time of the year isn't a bad thing. And I think he's right. We have had a few wake-up calls, but it seems like we need a few more still, or at least this one. And I hope this one was enough, because losing 28-13 to the Chicago Bears, who are last in the division, is unacceptable. I was hoping that we would at least be competitive, but that was just a terrible, terrible showing by that team there, all around. And Goff is a lot to blame. He cannot turn the ball over as much as he has been. I think he's since the bye. I'm not sure if it's since the bye, but it's definitely the last few weeks. He's 10 touchdowns to 13 turnovers, which you can't win games that way. But we have. That's the thing, is that we are still finding ways to win games with all these turnovers, which does speak of good things about this team. Now, we shouldn't be turning the ball over that much. But if we're still able to pull out wins, when we play clean football, things are going to get rolling again. And we were playing clean for a while. We just got to get back to our ways, protect the ball, and I think things will be fine. I don't know if there's some kind of mental lapse, but yeah, this team was a little overconfident, I think, too. Some of them, like you said, Rick, and just need to get humbled a little bit. And they did. And hopefully this is the wake-up call that they needed. Now, I think that this past game, I think Tracy Walker got a little wake-up call as well. He didn't get the start. They put in Ifeanyi Fawu, and that could have been maybe because the Bears run it a little bit more. If he's a little bit bigger, when you bring him down in the box. I thought maybe they're going to bring Tracy in and put him down in the box with Ify out there when I first heard that he was going to get the start. But that's kind of interesting, that they made that move. And Tracy, maybe he hasn't been playing the best ball. When you watch tape, sometimes he's getting burnt. Anyways, hopefully that lit a fire under him. But brings me to another point as to I can't wait for CJ Gardner-Johnson to come back as well. But, a few interesting things happened this past game that hopefully humbled a few guys, and we'll get it rolling. Now, I know a lot of people were mad about Bruce Irvin being left on the practice squad and not being elevated for this game, but it has been confirmed that he was out due to a little ankle issue. So he should be back hopefully this week to help that defense, because he did well enough against the Saints the week before. But let's get back over here into the comments. Win says fire AG. See a lot of people saying that. And if they say that he is a good candidate for a head coaching job next year, well, hopefully he hopefully he gets taken somewhere. Because I don't know if Dan's got the heart to get rid of him. So Sheila, step in and do something. My goodness. All right. Ryan says first drive after halftime at KC. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're just gonna go for the third quarter woes. It's terrible. It's terrible. You cannot expect to win meaningful games playing that way in the third quarter unless you're up big. So if they're going to continue to play this way in the third, they better hope that they go into every game up 21 at the half or up 14 at the half. Because I'm with you. It's really bad what's happening in the third. And it's very frustrating. This last week, I was like, okay, we get rid of those third quarter woes. We got this. We're up 3 at the half. We go and score a touchdown. We're good to go. We crap the bed. I would like to say a different word, but, this is family friendly here, okay? Hatter's House, in my opinion, this team is exactly where I thought they would be. I had it 11-6 before the season with a mediocre defense at best. Yes, okay. That brings me to another point here. A lot of fans are freaking out right now still, once again. They're like, this team, they're not who we thought they were, all this stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm seeing all over all the social medias and pretty much fans getting upset with this team right now. But you got to ask yourself, where did you see the Lions finishing before the season started? And that's a serious question. I want to know, what was your guys' prediction? And be honest here. Where did you see the Lions before the season started? How many wins did you have them winning? Because I remember one of the first few episodes, I think we went over this. I gave my prediction. I think I was 11 or 12 wins. But a lot of people were saying 10. A lot of people were saying 11. There were a few who had like 14 that were, so I'll give it to them. Very optimistic. But for the most part, it was around 10 or 11, I remember. So to be where we're at right now, I think is exceeding a lot of fans' expectations of what they thought this team would be at the beginning of the season. And yes, of course, when you start off hot, then everybody's on board that we won a Super Bowl. You're like, okay, this could be the year. Look at us. We're doing great. We're top of the division, one of the best teams in the NFC for most of the way. And so you want more. But the expectations for this team were where we're at right now. And if we can come away with a division win, a home playoff game, win a playoff game, which I think this team can definitely do. A lot of people are like, they're one and done. If they play the way that they are right now, yeah, but I don't see them continuing to play this way the rest of the season or in the playoffs. Dan Campbell is going to have him fired up, especially this coming game. He's playing his old coach, his old mentor, Sean Payton. And they were talking about how Sean's going to want to come in and whoop this team. But this team's going to get back on track. They're not going to play this crappy the rest of the way. And if they do, then they don't deserve to win anything. So they're much better than this. We know what this team is capable of. Even with a suspect defense, that offense, if they play clean football, take care of that football, we know that they can put up big numbers and can do enough to win. So, just look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself before you want to get mad at this team for maybe not getting the 13 or 14 wins. Where did you see this team going at the beginning of the season? Because right now they are exactly what Hatter's House said. They're exactly where he thought they would be. They're pretty much where they thought I would be. I think I said 11 or 12 wins. I would be very happy with 12 wins. That means we're winning 3 out of the next 4, which I think we can definitely do. We got to take care of business at home against the Broncos first, though. But if we win 2, we're division champs. No matter what. Now, we could get some help. Minnesota could lose a few games. And then we just need to beat them once, But I think it'd be better to win this week and then take the division the next week. But where did you see this Lions team at the beginning of the season? Are they exceeding your expectations? Are they right where you thought they were? Or did you see more for this team? I honestly want to know. I'm going to get back over here into the comments, and we'll get down there. All right. Win ATL get the 7th. Okay, so we would have to get the 2nd seed, which is possible. That would be the best case scenario in my eyes. Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing Atlanta at all at home with the number 2 seed. Ryan says, Aaron Glenn's swag makes me want to land a punch. Yeah, man. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Lady Lion 20, Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't play very well either. Yeah, he didn't. He had some drops, which were very uncharacteristic of him. Some spots where I thought that he would definitely make a catch, and he didn't. And Jared Goff talked about it, and that's Dan Campbell talked about it. Some of the best guys weren't playing well this last game, and they're fiery guys. They're going to hold themselves accountable, and they will get better. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be – he's not going to let that happen again. You know his work ethic. You know how he carries a chip on his shoulder. He needed that probably too, because now it's going to be beast mode for that man. Watch out the rest of the league from here on out after that Amon-Ra St. Brown game. Guarantee you he bounces back from that. Rick Grit, next week we play a Broncos team that has a legitimate chance to steal the AFC West from KC Swifts. Not going to be an easy game. No, not at all. Not at all. Maybe, Dallas will probably be very tough. Probably the toughest. These next 4 games are all going to be tough. Minnesota's fighting for a playoff spot and potential division. Broncos, like you said, are on a roll, looking very good, and could win the AFC West. And then Dallas is on fire. So all 4 of these games are going to be a challenge, very much so. They're not going to be easy. Nobody said this was easy being a Lions fan. It looked a lot easier to get the North at the beginning of the season, didn't it? And now we're down here the last 4. And it could come down to that last game. I hope it doesn't. I want to take care of business right now. And to me, this Broncos game is a must win. We're going to get more into it. I'm going to get through these comments, though, first. Win. If we fire AG, get CJ, GJ, James, and McNeil back, our D will be top 15. It could really light a fire under him. I think a lot of the guys, he lost the locker room. So I could definitely see it lighting a fire under him. I don't know if Dan Campbell has the balls to do it. He's got big balls when it comes to plays on the field. Going for it on 4th, fake punts and stuff. But when it comes to firing his buddy, it's not so much. All right. But yeah, missing those guys. CJ, GJ, James Houston, Both key factors and McNeil are massive. McNeil, we need him back ASAP. But, we are what we are right now. Ryan, I firmly believe under a different / better defensive coordinator, our defense now, we have his top 15. And we were looking very good at the beginning of the season. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. I would say top 15, yeah. We already were, and I don't know if you guys followed the DVOA stats and all that, but through the first 7 weeks, we were 6th on defense, and now, since week 8, we are 31st. That's second to last, which is just absolutely terrible, and you have to make a move. We're giving up way too many points. You shouldn't have to put it on the offensive shoulders every single game. And they weren't at the beginning of the season, and that's why we had so much success. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm sick of it. I'm done with AG. I'm with you guys. I just don't know if they'll do it. I don't think they have the balls to do it right now. Win says we are still top 10 team. 12 and 15 or 12 and 5, sorry, is where you had us. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know. Ryan says I had us at 13 and 4. Okay. So you were a lot more optimistic. I can see why you're a little bit more upset and on the negative side. I mean, we were definitely a 13 and 4 caliber team, and we can do it. We can run the table. It's going to be very tough, but if this team really gets back on track to where they were, we could. It's going to have to be a shootout with Dallas. Defense is going to have to get back on track right now this week, because I do not want to let Russ cook in Detroit. Not at all. So need that defense to step up. Offense needs to step up. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Going to get to these comments, though. Rick Grit says, it's not the losses, it's how we lost and who we lost to. Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you there. We lost bad to Baltimore. Seattle defense didn't show up, but that was an overtime loss early on in the season. Whatever. We bounced back after that one. Losing to Green Bay and the Bears hurt the most. Those two hurt the most, especially on Thanksgiving. But then this last week was just terrible. And the way we've been playing football over the last 4 weeks, it hurts to watch because of how good we were playing prior to this. So, I'm with you. It's very frustrating to see this happen. So they need to get it back together this week, have a players only meeting. I don't know what you need to do, but get your swag back, know who you are, and let's get these wins. 2 away from a division championship. The magic number is 2. I want to see us win all 4. I want to see us rolling into the playoffs. I'll be happy with 3 out of 4. But as long as we can lock up that division, that's cool with me too. But I want to see us win 3 out of these last 4. But I'm with you, Rick. It sucks losing to the Packers and to the Bears the way that we did. I even hate losing to Seattle because it seems like they have our number. But the Ravens, I mean, we were off that game, and the Ravens were on. Like, they were 100% on. We were 100% off. And I don't know if we were beating the Ravens even if we were 100% on that game with them being 100% on. So, yeah. All right. Ryan says, I can see them playing this bad the next 4 games. You know why? Because Dan can rally these guys up all you want. The problem is the schemes. It hasn't changed all year, and everyone has figured us out. Whew. Man, I hope you're wrong. I mean, you're right about the schemes, and people have our number now. So it's time to switch it up. Everybody's seeing it. The beat writers are writing about it. There's a formula to beating the Lions, and the last few teams that we've played have been running that formula, and it hasn't looked good. I see exactly what you're saying. I think we definitely at least take 1 from Minnesota. putting up 3 points against the Raiders. They're going to have Nick Mullins now. Maybe he makes a difference. I don't think so. But I see us getting one against Minnesota at least. I hope that we can get this week for sure. But, they need to switch it up. They definitely do. We're very predictable right now. We are very predictable. So something's got to give. Something's got to change. Switch it up. Don't wait till the playoffs if you had any tricks up your sleeves. It's time now. Because we need to lock down the division. Brand new, man. If they have back-to-back 9-8 seasons, it's going to cause a major meltdown in the offseason. Oh, yeah, it's going to. Oh, my goodness. I don't even want to go there. It's going to cause a meltdown in my household. Me and my dog, Hoss, we're going to lose it. And, the fans are going to lose it. The players. It's going to be bad. But let's just hope that does not happen. And let's just stay positive. I don't even want to think about that scenario. Let's not even go there. Odd the Kid. You really, really think we can beat the Broncos? Deep down in your hearts, you really think they can beat the Broncos? Come on. Yeah. I definitely think that we can beat the Broncos if we play a clean football game. We're going to be at home. The offense can be high-powered. Now, the Broncos have a good defense. The Broncos have been playing well. Of course, it's going to be very tough. But I don't think that the Lions have zero chance. I think they can definitely beat the Broncos if they play a clean game. They can't turn the ball over. That's just how it goes. You can't turn the ball over. You can't play the way that you have been. Play the way that you have been, and we're going to get slaughtered. So they better get back on track because Sean Payton, like Dan Campbell and Anzalone said, is going to want to put up 50 on them. So the defense better come ready, but more importantly, the offense is going to have to be ready for a shootout too, just in case that defense doesn't show up again. But yeah, they have to play clean. They're gonna have to play clean to get that W. But I think they can come away with it. I'm not counting them out. Ryan, nothing has changed with the defensive scheme, and we've repeatedly done mistakes over and over. We are toast because there are no adjustments, and we won't adjust. We're toast. Aaron Glenn doesn't adjust, that's for sure. I could see Ben Johnson pulling out a few different things. He's creative enough. But yeah, they need. I don't see him. You're right. It's frustrating. Oh, I hope they prove me wrong. I hope they prove us wrong. It is frustrating. Don't get me wrong. Brand new. I live in Denver, and the local commentary is hyped to get to Detroit, which is how most teams viewed playing the Broncos earlier this season. Should be a good game. Yeah, I think it's going to be good because I don't think Dan goes out like a punk during this game. He's going to want to beat Sean Payton. And yeah, I know you said earlier he can fire up the boys all they want, but the scheme doesn't matter. They're going to come out with all their firepower. They're going to be pulling out all the stops. And to me, it's any means necessary to get this W. This is a must win to me. And the season's not over if they lose, but you got to get this win. We got to get this win. Like I said, pull out all the stops, any means necessary. Do the fake punts at the right time, not predictable times. Do the trick plays. But we have to win this game so we can go into next week only having to win one more or hoping that Minnesota loses a few more. But, I mean, we play Minnesota the next week. So if we beat them, then we're the champs. So, to me, we don't want it to come down to the final week. I don't want to have to, beat Minnesota twice, which I think we can do, or have to beat Minnesota and Dallas. Broncos were bad earlier in the year. Now they're really good, looking really good. So it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to play our A game, top-notch game. But this is a game that we have to win to be taken seriously moving into the playoffs, to gain some confidence back, and to really start a roll here moving forward. I think if we get this win, the guys start to believe in themselves again because they beat a good opponent. They get the win at home again. It's going to be tough, but they get this win. A lot of good things happen after this because one win away from the division. A lot of confidence. Just beat a good team. And it's the start moving into the playoffs on a positive note. So, to me, get this win. Things are looking a lot better. Got to get it. Going to be tough, though. Definitely not going to be easy. Going to be very tough. Here we go. Looks like I'm glitching again. All right. Here we go. Ryan says, your opinion on this. Ever since the Ravens game, Goff has not been Goff, and it seems like Ben is dialing back the passing calls. We're lacking middle field passes like we saw in the first half of the season. Yeah, I think so, and I think that Ben needs to not be so scared because he's not being as aggressive. I'll say the Chargers game, we did well. He trusted in him, but it's not just Goff looking like he's not trusting in himself. It's Ben also. So that's a good point there. I think that we just need to be aggressive at all times. If you're going to turn the ball over, you're going to turn the ball over. So you might as well just still go for those shots even when you're not. You can't let the guy lose confidence by showing him that you're losing confidence in him. So I agree there. I want to see. Let's just get to it right now. I want to see Jameson Williams run over the middle a lot more, crossing routes. We talked about this. What the hell is this team doing? Giving J-Mo the ball one time on the same play that he did last week. So when they see it's just going the opposite way. So they see that coming. They know it's coming. They know how to stop it. And then the only other target he gets is a deep ball that's severely underthrown. Why did you draft this guy number 12 overall? He's the fastest guy on the field. And you're going to throw it to him once and give him one end around? Get the ball to J-Mo over the middle on a crossing route when he's burning people and let him do work. Get him on a bubble screen. Get him the ball, period. The guy is a burner. And he can take it to the house every single time he touches the ball. Why is he only touching it one time? And then other than that, getting one target to him. I just don't understand it. It's time to unleash the kid. I saw him out there liking Lamar Jackson highlights again. Liking Lamar Jackson's tweets. You don't want to lose this kid because you're not getting him the ball. Now, yeah, he did have drop issues earlier on, but now it seems like he's confident. And when he scores, the Lions win. So get J-Mo the ball. We got Brock Wright the ball more than we did J-Mo. We looked at his way more than we looked at our 12th overall pick a year ago in Jameson Williams. I can't believe it. I feel bad for the kid. Free that man. You need to unleash him this week because he is an X factor. I don't care if he was having drop issues before. They're not there no more. He's ready, and we're not giving him the ball. So, Ben Johnson, if there's one thing that you can change up this week, get J-Mo the damn ball. Jahmyr Gibbs needs more touches, too. He had a crucial drop this last week that I think would have went to the house. But get him the ball more, too. But specifically, Jameson Williams, that's tragic how many touches and targets that he had this last game. That's just pathetic all around. All right. Win says, gotta go. All right, Win. Peace out. Thank you for saying great show. Hopefully you come back. And yeah, everybody, love to see you guys here. I know a lot of you are subscribed, but hit that like button, do all that, so I can continue to do this. I'm going to get the streaming all fixed coming up here by next week. I promise you that. I don't know what's going on. They must have done a reset in my area or something because normally it's very strong. And my streaming services and the games, they all work great. So I don't know what's going on. All right. Ryan says we are the 25th ranked scoring defense per NFL website after Sunday. Yeah, and the DVOA, I don't know if you follow that, we're 31st. So it's terrible. It's terrible. Something's got to change. And if that is getting rid of AG, I'm all for it. We got guys in-house that can step in right now and make a difference. We got Shep and we got Fox. So make it happen. Rick Grit. I was home alone watching that joke on Thanksgiving. Not a good day. Hey, same for me. I was all alone on Thanksgiving watching the Lions get slaughtered. It was a terrible Thanksgiving for me too. My family was all in Iowa. My brother was down in LA. It was me and my dog. I feel your pain, Rick. I feel your pain. Ryan, Super Bowl prediction, 49ers versus Ravens, with Ravens winning. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can definitely see that. David, what's good? Good to see you back in here. How normal is it to have 6 of 22 starters out with injuries? Does blaming coaches make sense? I see. All right, David, you're on. If I remember correctly, you are an AG supporter, or you just don't think we should get rid of him, and you do have a fair argument there with starters being hurt. Now, I'm not blaming Dan Campbell. I think that he does have questionable coaching decisions during the game. I don't think that his, in particular, this game cost us the game. But, that's a valid point there. It's tough to win, but at the same time, when you don't make any adjustments to what's going on, at halftime, and then they continue to do the same thing over and over, week after week after week, it's just, that then it's more than just 6 players being hurt, because I've seen teams with a more depleted defense and worse talent play more inspired and a lot better. I'm not saying fire AG right now, but I'm not with him. Is all I gotta say. I see where you're coming from though, David. It is tough, Yeah, and they're good players. CJ Gardner-Johnson is a difference maker. Aleem McNeil definitely makes a difference. But James Houston, hopefully can come in here and do what he needs to do. But yeah, I get what you're coming from. I get where you're coming from there, David. Alrighty, here we go. D77 Mac. Oh, delete. Okay, no worries. I see you got another one down there. Ryan says the Broncos game is more important than you think. If we drop this game, then we have to beat the Vikings twice because we sure ain't going to compete with the Cowboys. This is going to get dicey. I'm worried. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much. I see why you're worried, and I understand the worry. I do feel like this game is so necessary. We need to win this game. I said it. It's a must win. For that fact. For exactly that fact that you said. I do see Minnesota losing other than to just us, though. I would rather lock up the division, our own way, under our own terms, winning 2 games and not having to count on any more losses. But I think Jake Browning, don't the Vikings have don't they have the Bengals this week? So I could definitely see them dropping that game for sure. I'm going to confirm that. I just want to see the Vikings schedule. So I don't think that, yeah, they got the Bengals this week. I think Jake Browning is doing well enough over there in Cincinnati that they're going to take care of business against the Vikings. And I don't think that the Vikings, I think that we take them one game. I think we can beat them both games, but maybe they lose to the Packers as well. Anyways, I see them losing this week, but I don't want it to come down to, having to rely on another team to lose. I'm with you. We got to take care of business this week. This game is so important. Just take care of business. Come out and be that team that we know you can be. Play a complete game for once. And show your old mentor, your old coach, that you got what it takes and that you're the real deal in this league, Dan Campbell. If there was any time to have a prove it game, it's right now. It is right now. Prove it to yourselves that you are a capable team, that you deserve to win the North, that you deserve to get a home playoff game. Win this week. Gain that confidence. Start rolling right now. We need it. We need it. Brand new. I agree. Pull out all the stops. That being said, will JMO get 3 looks this week? I hope he gets at least 3. I hope he gets at least 3. And 3 thrown to him. And if he catches all 3 of them, 3 touches is better than it was this week. So I'll be more happy with that. But get him the ball. Get him the ball. Okay. I do not know how to say this name because it's just code, whatever. Substantial. I see it. Sus. I'm just going to call you suspect. No, you're not suspect. I'm just going to sus. Goff hasn't been right since contract talks were tabled at the trade deadline, and he ain't going to get a contract extension, or he doesn't deserve one if he continues to play the way that he has. So, Goff, it's time to step it up for yourself. You were definitely going to get a contract extension. There was no doubt in my mind that Brad Holmes was going to extend you, for at least 3 years, the way that you were playing at the beginning of the season. Now you're kind of playing yourself out of a contract extension, which is sad, but there's still time. So earn it back, Goff. These last 4 weeks, be the Goff that we saw at the beginning of the season, and just go out there and start cooking again. Man, we need you, Goff, but I completely agree. He has not been the same. David, Big V, Ragnow. Okay, Ragnow has been gone the whole season. Yes, he hurts. He hurts big time. And we're going to get into some injury talk here. Houston, McNeil, Mosley, Deuce. Our starters out, all missing backups. We need to get healthy. Yeah. All right, so definitely need to get healthy. I'm not blaming Ben Johnson or Dan Campbell so much, but Aaron Glenn just needs to make adjustments. There's things that can be done. Yes, losing some of your top players hurt big time in a massive way. But yeah, I see your point. Ryan says, I feel bad for JMO. Art is with David Barnett. Exactly is what he says. Okay. Sus says, it may be a confidence issue, too much in his head with Goff. You could be right about that as well. He doesn't look the same. He doesn't have that same swag. We need him to get those chains and that sunglasses back on. Get that Goff back. We need that Goff back in the room. What's up, mile marker? Put the lion logo in or the emoji. Rick says, it's easier to force the ball to Laporta surrounded by defenders. Yeah, there were some things going on there. Yeah, Laporta is the man, and he makes big time plays. But Goff can't have that tunnel vision. That kind of is what was happening with T.J. Hawkinson, right? And that's when Goff was playing his worst. When he relies on the tight end and he just looks to the tight end is when he was throwing the most picks, turning the ball over more. So I hope that he's not back in those ways. Definitely look to Laporta because he is the man and he can help us out in a massive way. And I think he's going to be better than Hawkinson, I think. But Hawkinson's good. Hawkinson's a really good tight end. But Goff's worst football with the Lions was when T.J. Hawkinson was on the team. He would try to force things to him, and it seems like he's kind of going back to that. So we got to knock that off, start looking at your other guys, get Amon-Ra, get JMO involved. I love the touchdown to Josh Reynolds this week, but other than that, he didn't really play that well. But yeah, stop forcing it to the tight end. He was doing that before with Hawkinson, and it wasn't good then, and it's not looking good now. Even though I am a huge Sam Laporta fan. All righty. Let's get back over here. I was going to get into some things, but you guys are going off, and I love to just chat with you more than to talk about my nonsense over here because we're pretty much getting to it anyways. All right. Ryan says, want to talk NFL draft prospects? Not quite yet. I mean, I love to talk the draft. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have so much draft to talk about coming up here, and I only have so much time left. So let me get through the other comments, and then maybe we'll get to the draft. Art says, just a thought, but I think JW missing most of camp, then add the suspension. Ben Johnson did not prepare for him to be on the field. Also, Jared Goff is still behind on timing, obviously, or worse, he can't make those throws. That definitely could have a factor there, but that's on Ben then. You know, you need to have a plan for a guy who's going to be as explosive as Jameson Williams, and it can't just be the deep ball, an end around here and there. You know, and he is smart enough that he should be able to work in some new schemes now. And if he isn't, then maybe Ben Johnson isn't the genius that we all thought he was. But good point. Ryan, by that logic, then the Packers should have lost to us. They have 17 inactive players. Oh, you're talking to those guys with the hurt injuries, yeah. Rick Grit says injuries happen to every team. It's not an excuse. I agree. Art says, good news. We haven't lost back-to-back games since October 2022. Gonna knock on some wood for that comment right there. Ryan, we need to cruise into the playoffs, not sputter if we go at all. Yeah, I think that we go. There's a 99% chance now that we make the playoffs with, a few teams losing this week. Still not guaranteed. There's that 1%. But yeah, I agree with you. We need to be rolling. If we want a chance at all, we need to be rolling. And once you get to the dance, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. So if we can get in there rolling with a lot of confidence and then gain key guys back at the same time, you never know. You just never know. And I know right now it's all doom and gloom is what they like to say, what Dan Campbell likes to say. But there's 4 games left. We have enough time to right the ship. We also have enough time to sink the ship. But I'm going to go with the upwards, the positive, and I'm going to hope that we do get rolling. If we can win 3 out of these last 4 and get the guys healthy, I think we have a lot better chance in the playoffs than people think. Alrighty, here we go. Art deleted a thing. Okay. Ryan, suspenseful habits. Ryan also said it would be such a Brad move to give Goff an extension playing like this. I hope that he wouldn't. I hope that he'll just play it out to see what happens next year again. And that's on Goff. Ryan says the O-line could use a remake in the offseason, especially if we want to keep Goff. Under pressure, he's no good. Yeah, I agree. And the offensive line's getting hurt. They're always banged up. We've gone through 9 different offensive line, just 9 different offensive line units out there. And it could possibly be 10 again this week because Taylor Decker was not practicing today. And we'll get into that real fast while we're here. But this was the Lions practice report today. Taylor Decker, no practice with a back issue. Benito Jones has a neck injury, limited practice. Frank Ragnow, back at practice, limited though, so that's better. And then Hendon Hooker, he's on there, but he's a full participant. But yeah, not good to see Decker there. And to your point, need to beef up that O-line and look at some youth there. I think, Sewell is good, but Colby Swordsdale, he was supposed to start and he did not get the start. He's not looking like he's going to pan out to be who they wanted him to be. Unfortunately. Who knows though? He's a rookie. You never know. You can't evaluate that right now. And he was a later round pick anyways. All right, Art says, to win these next 4 games, we need to set the tone. Here we go. Punch the other team in the mouth and score first. Sorry, other comments were coming in there. I agree. We gotta start off hot. We have got to start off hot. When we start trailing, it's not a good thing for us. The good news is we might be playing Dallas backups if they clinch home field advantage. I don't know if they could, because this is second to last week. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it all plays out. I think that because Philly could lose leading up to that a few games, and Dallas could run away with it. So we'll see how it plays out. Either way, it's gonna be, I still don't trust playing backups sometimes, because sometimes our guys get a little cocky and they're like, "Oh, we're playing the backups, we'll be fine," and then backups torch us. But that was the past. We're a brand new Lions now. Mile marker, just hoping we don't blow out all our rookies this year. We need them next year. Seems like they're playing Hutch real hard. Yeah. Hutch seems tired out there a lot this year, especially on this side of the season. And he's not really getting a lot of help. I saw a few arguments out there saying, Max Crosby doesn't get help. Micah Parsons gets triple teamed and he still gets to the quarterback. I think Hutch is almost there, getting there, but he needs to be just a little bit better. And he needs help. James Houston comes back, we might see a different Hutch. Bruce Irvin comes back next week, we might see a different Hutch. He was already kind of helping out a little bit. But yeah, they are Hutch is getting worked this year for sure. Ryan, 2 O-line starters out. So what you're saying is we're losing Saturday. No, man. We've won without Decker, and it's gonna be tough. I mean, it's gonna be tough. I think maybe Decker might be resting a little bit. I think he's tough enough. He's gonna want to play. The doctor's gonna have to hold him out. He's kind of had this issue. So we'll see what happens. It's late in the season. He's a vet. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a rest day, because he didn't come out of the game on Sunday. I know it is concerning to see him on the injury report and that he didn't practice, but it was pretty much a walkthrough today. There's no need to have Decker out there. He knows this offense. Give the old man a break on Tuesday. And, they were doing that with Frank all year long. I'm not sure. I don't know the inside scoop on it. But I think he's going to be okay. We'll see. It's a big time game. I would expect him to suit up for this one if he can go. David says free JMO. You already know. Can't believe how the lack of JMO this past game. It was just terrible. Rick Grit, I honestly expected Goff to get a deal at the deadline. The fact that it didn't get done raises a few questions. Did he price himself out? Well, for his sake, I hope not, because he's not playing like he deserves an extension now. And I know there's other teams that would want him for how he played at the beginning of the season and how, he's played in the past. But, he's not going to, if he priced himself out, he's just hurting himself. He's got a home. He had people who loved him. And now he's just not it. He's just not it right now. But he can get back to that. I hope that he does. I hope he earns that extension. I know a lot of people are saying it's time for Hendon Hooker. People are calling into the radio station saying, start Teddy Bridgewater. He can throw it deep to JMO at least. It's not happening. Just don't expect that to happen. They're going to let Goff play these last 4 games for the specific reason that they probably want him to prove that he deserves an extension, or they're going to let him play out of his extension. They're going to leave it, up to him pretty much. So, Goff, if you want money from the Lions, you want to be here longer, you better go ball out. Get back to those ways that you were earlier in the season. All right. Ryan says, would be good competition for Hooker and Goff next offseason. Yeah, I can't wait, I can wait because I'm in this season, but I do think that that's going to be a great battle there. And it's, I don't think Teddy B will be around next year again. I think he was there for just in case measures this year. But, yeah, Goff is going to have to step it up. I would say even hold out on it and go to the contract year next year and extend him halfway through if he balls out next year at the beginning of the season. But let Hendon Hooker put some pressure on him. Let him make Goff nervous and see where Goff goes from there. But yeah, I'm not giving up on Goff. I think that he's got what it takes to win, but he needs protection. He does, and I think Hendon Hooker can bring a different element, but he hasn't proven anything in the NFL yet. He was a big arm quarterback in college, but who knows what he's going to be like in the NFL. But still, to have that competition and to put a little pressure on Goff is going to be a good thing next year. Mile Marker says, I'm still backing Goff. Yes, we got to. He's going to be our quarterback the rest of the way, and he's been good when he's good. When he's on, he's on. And we just need that Goff again. We just need that to come back. All right, here we go. His current contract was ridiculous when the Rams originally extended him. Yeah, expecting a team-friendly deal is not realistic. I hope that he would, though. I hope that he realizes that, he's getting a little bit older. He's 29. If he wants to win, he's going to have to take a team-friendly deal. Otherwise, I don't see Brad extending him. I don't see Brad. I don't know, though. Maybe he will because it seems like Brad loves him. Brad was there with him in L.A., came to Detroit, was ecstatic to get him with the trade, which, I am now because it turned out to be, not just a bridge quarterback, but a quarterback who has done well for us. But if Goff is going to want that big time contract, I think Brad will let him walk. I think he will. And that is, to your point earlier, saying maybe he priced himself out. Very possible. All right. Ryan says, crime rate in Detroit if we miss the playoffs. Yeah, you better lock your doors. Hide your kids, hide your wife, all of it. It's going to be terrible if they miss the playoffs, but I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I see us making the playoffs. We better win that division too. We better win that division as well. Who knows, though, what's going to happen. David Barnett, when the line is hurt, put Jamo, Laporta, St. Brown on the field at once. Get quick plays. Yeah, that's the key right there. David sees it. It's right there. If Goff is getting pressured, get the ball out of his hands quick. When he has to hold on to it, he's made a few key plays there. The week before against the Saints, he stood there in the pocket, took that hit at the end of the game, got the ball to Reynolds to seal the deal. But for the most part, when Goff is getting pressured a lot, he gets those happy feet, and he can't deal with it as well. So, David, great point there. Get the ball out of his hands. All right. Hey, caught up with all the comments. Yes, we did. But we are on to the Broncos, and it's going to be very, very tough to win this game. It's besides the Dallas game, this is definitely our toughest game. And like I said, got to get this game. It'll give us our edge back, give us that confidence booster, and as well put us one win away from the division, being division champions. Now, that's the only way I want to do it. I want to win 2 games to clinch this. I don't want to rely on Minnesota losing. We're kind of, at the point where I thought we'd already have it locked up, looking a lot easier. I thought that we coulda, shoulda, woulda some games, But we're at where we're at, and now it's coming down to the wire. But I want to see your score predictions. I want to know if you got us winning this week. The way we've been playing, I'm not gonna be mad if you go the other way. But I love my team. I'm so biased. I'm so optimistic. I got the Lions winning this one in a nail biter. 31-30. 31-30. Detroit taking that dub. That's just how I got it. I want to see what you guys got. Cardale Horton, what's up? Good to see you in here. At this point, I'm done with Goff, even though I see Brad bringing him back next year. Let's see how Hooker does in the preseason. Yeah, so Goff will be there next year no matter what, whether we extend him or not. I mean, we could trade him but he's in his contract year next year. So whether Brad extends him or not is going to be the question. But he'll be here, but it'll be real deal competition next year with him and Hooker. Hatter's House says, trade Goff in the offseason, especially if we get a playoff win. His value will be at its highest. Invest everything into the defense and O-line and move on with Hooker. Not a bad idea. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But then Hatter's House also says Lions by 1 million. Love to see it. Love to see it. David Barnett, Broncos look scary, but so are we if Frank comes back. Yeah, Frank is a key factor, and I hope that he's back there this week. We need him moving forward. We're going to need Frank Ragnow. He is an X factor there at center, and he makes so much of a difference to Goff and that offense. Ryan says, I agree with Hatters talking about, I think, trading Goff. And, that's actually a very good point. We could get probably a lot for him if we get a playoff win. Ryan also says, the problem with the coaching staff is Hooker will outplay Goff, and they will still start Goff. You ain't lying. They love their guys. Mile Marker says Lions 38, Broncos 24. Yeah, like it. Like to see it. Ryan says, and it'll clear up cap space. It definitely will. So there you go. And Hatters is laughing at Ryan. All right, y'all. I've been here for an hour. The Wi-Fi, once again, was messing with me. So I apologize. I'm calling them right away. I'm getting on. I'm going to be like, hey, look it. I got my Detroit loyals over here that I need to talk to every single week. And you're messing with it. You're messing with my show. So I need it to be top notch once again to where it was before. I'm going to talk to him like Dan Campbell needs to talk to the Lions this week. Come on, we got to bounce back. We got to get this thing rolling again. But yeah, Rick says if they traded Goff, anything they got out of him would be part of the Stafford trade. Just saying. You're right. Okay. David says Frank back, Lions 41, Broncos 38. High scoring game, shootout. I think that's what it might come down to is a shootout. Mile Marker says, good show. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you as well. I'm here every single Tuesday. Be sure to come back. 5 p.m. Detroit time, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. on the West Coast. This is Touchdown Detroit Lions on Syndicate Sports Detroit. Go ahead and hit that like button if you guys haven't today. And subscribe. I don't normally ask you guys to do this. But yeah, subscribe if you're not. So then you get those notifications. I know you guys all follow Gridiron, Derek, Lions Syndicate. He has 3 shows a week. I'm thinking about bumping mine to Tuesday, Thursday if he allows me. I don't know what else we'll talk about, but we can always talk Lions football. The more stuff happens in the week. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm going to look at these last few comments, and then I'm going to get out of here. But it's been great as always. Ryan says, our defense has given up more than 28 points in the last 6 to 7 games. Broncos won't be any different. If Goff doesn't play well, we will lose. Offense is what wins games. Yeah. And like I said, they're going to have to do it. The offense is going to have to show out. I think that they bounce back this week. We're at home, indoors. We're going to bounce back. I don't see it happening again. It's been too many games in a row. Please, for the love of God, switch things up. Make sure we get back on track this week, guys. Coaches, please. Ryan says Broncos 38, Lions 31. Ryan's always coming in with the realness, with his I don't call it negativity. I like his perspective here. David, love your show. Hey, thank you, David. Love your presence in here always. Love to see you in here. Hatter's house, if you build it, they will come. You're right. All right, you guys. I'm going to end it on that note. I hope that the next time we are in here, we're talking about a Lions victory and that they're 10-4, 1 win away from the division. I just want to celebrate another Victory Tuesday here very soon. And we got the Broncos this Saturday. Remember, y'all, prime time, baby. Saturday night. All eyes on us. Let's do the damn thing. Hope y'all have a great day. Till next Tuesday. Peace out, everybody.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Oh, baby, that is big-time stuff! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!